Hi, you're watching a video called Ranting for Half an Hour. I don't know why you're watching this video. You're probably bored. You're probably playing some video game, got nothing to do. Refreshing your fucking subscriber feed over and over again. Like, fucking hell, there's no one to watch. I'm subscribed to like 300 people and it's all shit. And you just see this video and you're like, well, fucking, I'm grinding in this RPG, so I might as well, right? And like you're here expecting some fucking cogent, cohesive rant, but nah, it's like 5:30 in the morning or some shit, and I'm just gonna fucking rant about whatever. I don't have like a topic list or anything, but the title of this channel is Chimso Rants, so I guess I should probably rant a little bit, better than just like not uploading anything, right? Fucking hell, what's been going on? I did my taxes a couple of days ago, and for the last like the 2 years prior, right? I did my taxes. Like I didn't do my taxes. I did them the accountant. I probably should just do them myself. I'm gonna do them myself from now on. After what fucking happened this year, but I normally do my tax at the accountant, and I normally do them in like October or some shit, like months after the end of the financial year, just when it's all fucking quiet. And for the last 2 years, I've had the same accountant both times, and she was just like fucking great. She's like this mid-30s woman, who just knows everything she needs to do and asks the right questions and gets me all my deductions, and I've got all my spreadsheets for her, and she just looks at them and does all the shit, and it's all good and it's all quick, and I'm very happy with it. But then my dad's like, "Hey, did you see on the news? There's like this fucking like this rebate the government's doing. If you get your tax return in for the first 2 months, you get like $1,000. Sorry, for the first 2 weeks, you get like $1,000." I'm like, "Oh fuck, I should look into that." That you get $1,000 only if you earn like between like 40 and 60,000 or something, which I'm nowhere near. Like my tax range, I would get like 200 something. But I didn't know if it was like a deduction, so you just like get that money back on your tax. It's like a refund, or you just get it for doing it. Turns out it was just a deduction, and I don't make enough after my expenses to even get taxed at all on any income tax, so it doesn't even matter. But I figured, hey, I might as well like I didn't know that at the time, so I'm like, I might as well just go in there and do it, just in case, because I'm not losing anything by doing it early. Also, I thought, but, I'm still paying the same amount to do it later on, whatever. So I went in, booked my appointment. I got there, and there's 3 accounts working. Right there in her fucking same spot she was for the last 2 years was my old accountant. She's talking to someone, doing their tax. There's 2 other accounts. One of them is like this sort of middle-aged, maybe like mid-30s as well, like Asian dude. And he seems like pretty professional. He's got like his suit on, not like a suit, but like a casual suit. And the third person is this sort of fat, probably like early 60s, late 50s sort of, like just like a short hair, and like a fat, like sort of not like huge fat, but just like a sort of fat, a fat old white lady. And yeah, I didn't have any opinions, whatever. Going in, I just sit there, I wait for my appointment at 1 p.m. 1:05 passes, 1:10 passes, 1:15. Finally, someone calls me up, and it's the fat lady. I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever. I wish I could go to the other person, but that's fine. As long as my task gets done, I don't really care. So I go and sit down, and she's like, all right, let's get started. So you got your stuff? I'm like, yep. And I hold up a USB drive, which has 12 PDFs on it for my 12 months of finances. And she's like, oh, we can't do that. I'm like, what? And she's like, oh, we can't put our USBs into computers or get any data on computers because, potential security things. I'm like, oh, okay. I was able to do that the last 2 years. And then, my previous account pipes obviously just, hey, plug it into the printer and just print them out. I'm like, cool. Because, you can just plug them straight into the printer. The printer has like a USB thing there in their office. And you just select print it or print it all off. So she does that, and it prints like the first file. And because it's a spreadsheet and spreadsheets print weird, they're really small. She looks at it, she's like, I can't read this. And I'm like, oh my god, like really, you can't read that? I mean, yeah, it's small, but even with like reading glasses, just put your reading glasses on, sweetheart. You can read it. No, apparently she can't read it. So that plan goes out the window. So I'm like, all right, I'll just email them to you. She's like, oh, we can't really do that either, but whatever. I guess we'll have to. So I go onto my phone, my new Samsung Galaxy S10 that I've got here. That I'm recording on. Probably just this video is probably just an excuse to fucking test the recording or whatever. So I go on that and I go to email it. I have to download each one onto my phone from my Google Drive. And then I go to email it, and I see in Gmail it's got the option to just attach it directly from Drive. And the way it's worded is it says attach from Drive. So I'm like, okay, it's going to download it from my Drive onto the phone. I put it into the email, and it's going to email the PDF. So I do that, and I send all 12 of them to her, and she goes to open it, and it's not a download. It's a link to the actual Google Doc. And you need a Google account to access the Google Docs. And she doesn't have a Google account. So she can't access the Google Docs. So I go back again, and I fucking upload them to my upload the files directly as attachments, and I send them to her. And she opens the first one, and it's a spreadsheet saved as a PDF, so it has the same problem as it being printed out. It's zoomed out and it's small, and she's like, well, I can't read this. So I'm like, oh, just zoom in, and she looks down at the keyboard, not knowing what to do, and I'm like, okay. And I'm not rude. I'm just like, I hold down Control and then scroll on the mouse wheel. And so she holds down Control and she scrolls on the mouse wheel backwards and zooms out the page even more. So I'm like, okay, no, you scroll forward. Yeah, scroll forward. So she scrolls forward, but now she's not on the spot of the page where she needs to be, where I've got all my totals. So I'm like, yeah, it's in the top right corner. And instead of doing, what any office literate or computer literate person does, and just pressing the middle mouse button and just moving the fucking cursor to the top right so it can go to the top right, she slowly moves the cursor over to the right slider, slides it up, slowly moves the cursor down to the bottom slider, slides it to the right, and there it is. And she inputs it on, I shit you not, it's like a calculator, a big fat calculator that has an actual thermal roll coming out the top. So he puts it in, it's like a big click every time she clicks anything, and it prints it off at the top in a little sheet of paper, a little sheet of receipt paper. And I thought that was kind of cool a little bit. I wouldn't mind one of those, but it's tech that's fucking 40 years out of date. And, apparently, in the little bit of small talk I tried to make with her while we were doing all this, she said she was been an accountant for 30 years, and I can't, all this new technology, it's crazy. I like my old reliable thing right here. I'm like, well, whatever. I mean, obviously not a computer literate person, even though for the last 20 fucking years, I'm assuming you've been using a fucking computer to do your accounting, but hey, whatever. Yeah, that's another thing, by the way, whenever I try to make conversation with her, it's a bit awkward when you're sitting there, because they're doing the deduction, they're filling stuff out in the little fucking tax return form, and you're just sitting there, and you're like, well, I can't look on my phone, that'll be rude. I'm just looking at my phone, and we're just sort of, we're just looking at each other's devices. But every time I try to bring up anything or make any comments, hey, do you get many people doing eBay doing tax returns here? Oh, not really. It's not really something we see. Yeah, right back to what she was doing. No attempt to fucking, no enthusiasm at all. Like I said, not rude. She would smile. She would occasionally, she'd make a joke every now and again. But never would continue a conversation or anything like that. So it's very awkward. So she fucking fills, anyways, beside the point. She fills in, the other bloody office lady was really good for that, my account for the last 2 years. She was really good. She would talk and all that, was awesome. But yeah, so she fills in for the first month from that document, and then she goes to open another one, and it doesn't download for some reason. So it's download blocked. I guess on the computer network, it blocks the downloads. So, even though she was able to download one just fine, she can't download any of the others. They're just all blocked. So, we're running out of options here. I'm just going to move this here so the light's a bit better. There we go. So, we're running out of options. And eventually, what I have to resort to doing is literally opening up each month on my fucking phone And I'm not even going to bother moving it to her so she can read it because she probably won't be able to read the screen. I have to actually like read out to her my fucking end of month total and my total expenses. And I have to do that for each fucking 12 months. I have to go, okay, March 2019, total made 2,235. Puts it in a fucking thermal roll. Okay, total expenses $1,115.95. She puts it in. I had to do that for each of the fucking months. And then, yeah, that was pain in the ass, but we eventually got it done. Yeah, she blundered a bit more, like there was some errors and shit. Like, I don't know how to make this work. I can't fix it. Yeah, she had to call over the office lady, my previous account, to come in and fix up a problem and whatever. But we eventually got the tax return done, and I left sort of annoyed. Like, there were several points during that encounter. I was just like, you know what? I thought about saying, this isn't going to work. But I'll come back. I'll print them out. I'll come back next. I'll come back. But we got there. Definitely the most annoying tax return I've ever done. And I paid $299 for the pleasure. Thanks, H&R Block. I appreciate that. I won't be going there next time. I'll just be doing the fucking returns at home. Whatever. Fucking, yeah, like, how, I don't know, it's like, she wasn't a mean lady. Like, I'm not saying, like, she was a fucking bitch. She was just incompetent. Like, she just sucked at her fucking job. Which is dumb. Like, let's just be careful. For the last 20 years, or more than 20 years, you've been using computers, presumably, to do your accounting work. And you don't know how to fucking use them? You don't know, like, basic computer operation stuff that I fucking learned in 5th grade? You don't know that? Like, seriously, like, how? Wish, yeah. 30 fucking years on the same job. I couldn't imagine doing that, man. Like, even if it was something I enjoyed, like, I really enjoyed, I couldn't imagine doing it for 30 years. You get fucking bored eventually, right? It's just like, you're doing the same shit over and over again for 30 fucking years. Man, fuck that. And this was something that had, like, a lot of variance and a lot of excitement. You're always doing something different. Like, I don't know, if you're like David Attenborough or something, yeah, I'd fucking do that shit for 50 years because every fucking time you're at work, you're doing something. You're in a different place. You're learning about something different. You're showing us a new thing. It's different to like accounting where it's just tax returns over and over again for 30 fucking years. But then again, I worked for 30 years, so I don't know. Maybe it's like the whole having kids thing. You don't know until you've had them. But I don't believe that shit either. Fucking last real job, quote unquote, I had. I'm an eBay seller now. Work from home. Wow, make a fortune. Yeah, totally. The last real job I had, I make more money than I ever have in the rest of my life doing this, by the way, compared to all the other shit. But the last real job I had, I worked at a McDonald's for 5 years, from 2012 when I was 16 to 2017 when I was I 21? Yeah, I was 21, 2017. And I actually didn't mind that job. Yeah, it was okay. Especially in the first couple of years. First couple of years, like 2012 to 2014, like I enjoyed it. Like I would honestly, I wish I had more shifts a lot of the time. So I come in, it was sort of exciting. I got to move around. A McDonald's kitchen can be exciting, man. I was in the kitchen, I wasn't in the front. A McDonald's kitchen can be exciting, and when you get really good at it, which I didn't, after 5 years there, you do, but not early on. But when you get really good at it, you're really in charge. You really have an ego about you. You can fucking order around all the peons, and it's fun. And like I remember fucking, buying Black Ops 2 when it came out in like late 2012 with my own money, and I'm such a badass. I bought with my own money. And in 2013, I started playing League in 2013, season 3. I bought like 500 to $1,000 worth of riot points, and I had great fun with that, which was worth it. I spent 5 years playing at League of Legends, so definitely worth it, I'd say. I'm fucking, it's a bit cold. I've got my hands in my fucking pants, cradling my balls just to warm them up, But yeah, fucking, that was fun. It was fun for the first couple of years. But then, 2015 rolled around, and like for some reason, I don't know why I did this. I was stupid. Everyone was telling me to. I went straight from fucking year 12 in 2014 straight into university. 2015. Like, I'm gonna do journalism. I say I'm gonna be like Christopher Hitchens, man. I gotta write my own books, go do all that shit. But yeah, there was always that niggling thought at the back of my head that's like, dude, you hate school. You don't like school. You don't like being told what to do. You don't like, being taught like rigid structure. You hate all that shit, and you're gonna do 4 more years of school. Are you serious? But I always pushed it back. And then I get there, and after a month, I realize like, oh, like this shit hits me, and I'm just like, no. Like after about a month there, I'm like, I basically had a sort of mental breakdown. Like, no, I can't do this. I'm dropping out. Fuck this. I ain't doing this shit. And I wish I dropped out earlier because technically I dropped out before I was able to leave before like the free period, and so now I have a $3,500 hex debt, which I don't have to pay yet. I only have to pay that when I earn like over 30,000 or something a year. I have to start paying that off, and I'm probably gonna contest it. I can probably make up some bullshit to fucking get out of it. Like, I was only there for like fucking 3 weeks or some shit. You can't make me pay this, and I can probably just pester them to get rid of it. Actually, no, probably not. It's the government, but I'll try if I ever get to that point. But I'm far off from that, so whatever. But yeah, like that was a big fucking mistake. But I started doing overnights in 2015 at the McDonald's, and that was like fun at first because it was really fun. In 2015, it was great because like most of the managers were cool. Everyone was super chill. What I would do on overnights is, people would bring their radios along. Like we had this like Bluetooth speaker, not a Bluetooth speaker, but you like plugged your phone into it. Actually no, it was Bluetooth. It was a Bluetooth speaker, and fucking hook your phone up to it and just play your music all night in the kitchen. Just fucking chill out. Overnight, it's nice and chill most of the time. It's not busy. You're just doing cleaning, and I would fucking clean that kitchen spotless. I was great at the job. I'd have my music playing. And it was great. I liked it. I really liked it. But then, new management sort of moved in, and we couldn't really do the speaker thing anymore. But I was still able to listen to my headphones, put in your headphones. You can't do the whole music thing because fucking customers can hear it. Nobody ever complained, but new management or so it is. But yeah, I just do my headphones from now on, and I would always only have like one headphone in because you got to hear the manager out the front. Generally, it's only like you and a manager on, and that's pretty. Oh no, you, a manager, and one front person on during the overnight on like weeknights and shit. But you still got to hear what they have to say in case they got like, special order or something coming in, or they need you to do something. So only one headphone in. But yeah, just like listen to music or listen to a podcast and shit like that. That's what I would do. And then 2016 came along. I got my job doing security. I don't know why I got into that. It's just something I thought would be fun and engaging and something fun to do, an interesting job. It turned out to be one of the most boring things imaginable, which I'll get into. But yeah, in 2016, and I'm like, fuck doing overnights. I want to try and get into maintenance because maintenance is like overnight, but better. Maintenance is you literally just like, I'll try my schedule. So I have to mop up the dining area, clean all the tables in the dining area, clean up the fucking playground, clean up the back area, the corral we called it. So crush all the boxes, get it all fucking scrubbed down, clean up all the floors out the front, clean all the windows, squeegee down all the windows, clean all the chairs in the dining room, clean the toilets, which sounds really shitty, but isn't. Honestly, the toilets were never really that bad. Clean the toilets, wipe down all the sinks, make sure everything's clean. Just handle the store maintenance basically. Fucking piss easy. The only thing that sucked about it was, during the winter months it was a bit cold out there, but it's Australia. It's never really that cold. You just wear your jacket too. And best thing about it, you can put both headphones in because you're just on your own most nights. So you just put both your earbuds in and just fucking work. And I'll do it, and I was great at it, man. I fucking loved it. I was great at it. It was easy. And overnight pay, I was getting something like $24 an hour Australian, which was pretty damn good. I mean, I was a casual worker, so my rate was higher, but I'm only guaranteed like one shift a week. But I'll get like two sometimes. Most of the time, I get two a week. And that was great until another new management took over. The store actually got bought out, and basically I wasn't able to listen. No headphones at all on overnight. Doesn't matter. Like, I'm fucking out there at 3:30 in the morning, scrubbing the outside floors, and I'm like, you're not even gonna give me fucking headphones to put in and listen to something? Oh, it's not professional. Oh, okay. Yeah, wow. Got to appear really fucking professional to the drunks coming home from the city at fucking 4 a.m. trying to getting a fucking double quarter pounder and fucking around with the menu and getting 20 different extra toppings and shit on it. Yeah, I've got to look real professional for those people. Like, fuck off. So happy I quit that later on and worked for my parents on the farm for a couple of years. I don't do that anymore. I mean, I sort of do, every now and again, but I'm mostly just doing my own thing now. But yeah, the security job was interesting. I got into it, did the training for it. Still no first aid. Probably the best thing I got from it. And then fucking went into to do security, and I applied for a while, didn't really get anywhere. Got a job for a company, casual basis, and like when I read what they wanted me to do, I basically was like, oh wow, dream come true. I was going to be a crowd controller at a nightclub. I was going to do nightclub work, and I was going to work at Adelaide Oval, which is a big football oval. And it's like awesome. Like this is going to be action. It's going to be excitement. It's going to be like, I'm not an adrenaline junkie, but I'd like it to be interesting. I want things to happen. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not going to win any fights, but it's security. You work in a team, you're never on your own dealing with this shit. So I do that, and I'm getting regular shifts at this place called HQ Complex, which is still a place, but it was in a different spot before, when I worked there in 2016. And eventually I settled into a niche on the exit door, which is the most boring fucking position you could possibly imagine. The exit door. I literally just stand there, making sure that nobody comes in through it. And every time someone leaves, I click a little clicker that has a number on it with the running total of the people left. And then every half an hour, they'll ask like for the numbers from what are they called? Delta 1 and Delta 2. I was Delta 2, door 1, door 2, door 1 entrance door, door 2 exit door. And, they'll add them to, they'd subtract them and all that and figure out how many people are in the building. And that was my job. I'd go there like Saturday and Sunday most of the time. Just click, 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 click. And it's the most boring fucking thing imaginable. Sometimes I'll get a shift inside, but even then it's fucking boring. Nothing happens. If you ever wondered when you go to a nightclub like why the security are such dicks, is because they're so fucking bored. They want something to happen. I was sitting there thinking like, can somebody please just get into a fight? Can a fight just break out right here, right in front of me, so I can call in a fucking code red over the radio and I can actually do something? The most exciting thing I ever had happen on that job was like, some girl went up to a guy and was like, fucking, you tell me what, and fucking pushed him. And I'm like, code yellow, Delta 3. Delta 3 was another door, like a back door, would keep drunk people out. And, a bunch of people ran over and I just told the boss what happened. That was the most exciting fucking thing I did. And nothing ended up happening. But yeah, it's, the two, I did 2 shifts on the door, the main door. There was this black guy called Donald who worked on the main door, and he was fucking cool as hell. Loved Donald. And those were fun. If I could just do that every night, I think I might even still be doing that job, honestly, if I was doing that every night. Well, like not every night, but every shift. But yeah, I asked for it, and they're just like, no, wherever we need you, you have to go. I'm like, whatever, I guess. And then I sort of had another sort of breakdown and ended up quitting that job, and quitting that job, and I quit the McDonald's job fucking a couple months later when the new management came in. But I spent a couple months miserable, just hating what I was doing. And that's when I started looking into like Magic the Gathering and shit, because I wanted a hobby. But I thought, hey, I've always wanted to get into selling and stuff, so I started looking up like Profit and Loss. There was a great channel called Dariums. Now they're like a Pokemon only channel, but they had like this video series called Profit and Loss, where they'd open magic boxes and shit. And it would be fucking the profit and loss. I'm like, I can make money doing this. And eventually I started buying collections. In like early 2017, I set up my eBay store, and yeah, that's what I do now. But yeah, 2016 was a pretty fucking shit year for me. The only like funny thing that happened that year was the election of Donald Trump. That was funny. You know, I'm not a Trump supporter, but you know, I like it from a sort of like watching the world burn standpoint. It's pretty funny. Very funny. Fucking orange retard getting elected. Hey, better than that fucking lizard woman, Hillary Clinton. I mean, I don't know. I can't say that for certain. Whether or not, you know, Hillary would have been worse or not, but I know that Bernie would have been fucking a lot better. If the fucking Democratic Party screws him out of the election this year, I mean, like, yeah, they're fucked, you know. Kamala Harris is a disingenuous bitch. She's fake as fuck. Unbelievable word that comes out of her mouth. Joe Biden is just weak. If he goes up in debates against Trump, he'll get fucking raped in the ass. Kamala Harris will at least fucking be sassy a little bit. She might actually handle herself in debates against Trump. But Bernie would just fucking... Bernie in debates against Trump, he would just fucking shit on Trump. Because Trump would just be like, fucking, this is bad and, you know, wrong. And Bernie will be there like he always is, like he has been for the last fucking 40 years. Just with facts and numbers and statistics and a clear vision. And it'll be populist versus populist, and Bernie's just the better populist. So, if the Democratic Party wants to win, they just have to fucking accept the fact that Bernie is sort of the way to go. Or like, you know, Andrew Yang and stuff. But, you know, I'm talking about candidates that have a chance. I mean, Andrew Yang, he's not going to get... He's not going to get the nomination. And stuff like that. But, or Tulsi Gabbard. Oh, actually, is Tulsi Gabbard in the running? I'm not sure. All I know is from the Democratic debate that I watched... yeah, definitely Kamala Harris, Biden, and Bernie are the three big ones, and I think only Bernie really has a chance against Trump. But yeah, I'm Australian, so I don't even care about American politics. You know, Australia is just America's little bitch. If you don't believe me, look up the fucking CIA coup, where the CIA basically fucked over an election here in Australia back in the 70s. I forget the Prime Minister's name. But he wanted to nationalize the mining companies and make it so that, you know, the stuff that we dig up in our country, the stuff that we actually fucking worked for, goes to us instead of being siphoned off to fucking America and China. And yeah, America didn't want that, so they fucking set up a little coup. Like I said, if you're curious, if you think like, oh, you know, CIA is cool, or, you know, oh, CIA only fucks with shithole third world countries. No, CIA fuck with Australia. They basically screwed us out of our independence. You know? American government is fucking garbage. If you want to look that up, just Google fucking Australia CIA coup. Fucking Australia CIA coup. And you will see some information about that. That's a fucking fun story. CIA is fucked, man. America just wants to be the world police, which, I mean, sort of in a way they need to be. I'd rather them be the world police than fucking Russia or China. But still, like, stay out of the Middle East. It's just, stay out of that fucking entire region. Stop fighting proxy wars. Deal with the shit on your shores. But yeah, fucking America. You know, I admire America in a way. I'd love to move there one day. Simply because, well, I mean, one reason is you actually have free speech enshrined in a Bill of Rights. We don't have that here in Australia. We don't have rights here in Australia. We have implied rights, but they can be trampled on at will, basically, at the whims of the court, because we don't have a codified Bill of Rights. We don't have the right to free expression. We have a implied right to freedom of expression, but, you know, say something the government doesn't really like because it's hate speech or because fucking, you know, it's dangerous, then, yeah, you can't say that shit. You get fined, you get arrested. That's how it is. Not as bad as what happened in New Zealand, though. Fuck, maybe that'll be in the next rant video. A lot to talk about there. Fucking hell, New Zealand is a shithole now, though. Their reaction to that shooting, man, the Christchurch shooting, was a fucking disgrace. The way they behaved. The reactionary, just fucking virtue signaling from that cunt Jacinta Ardern. The way she reacted, it was just horrible. Doing exactly what the shooter wanted. You know, more censorship, more restrictions of speech. You know, instead of printing his manifesto in every newspaper so that people can actually understand what happened and the motivations so that maybe we can prevent that sort of thing from happening in the future. No, ban it. Make it a crime to possess. Instead of, you know, allowing people to view the video because, you know, it's a good thing that we have it on video. It's a good thing that we can see the actual horrors that happened there, you know. It's a good thing that we can actually, we know that's what actually happened, and we don't have to fucking rely on conspiracy and be like, "Ooh, is that really what happened?" No, we can actually see the whole video. We can see him from start to not finish, you know, cut off before he got to the second mosque, but we can see most of it happen. But no, you know, because that will encourage terrorism or some fucking bullshit. Like some autist is going to watch a video of a guy shooting people up and say, "That's what I want to do now." Like, no, someone wants to do that, they're going to do it. A video isn't going to fucking make them do it. You know, compare the fucking Christchurch shooting to the Vegas shooting. I mean, what was the Vegas shooter? He fucking went out there to, he's a fucking rich guy, goes to Vegas a lot, went to Vegas one day with a bunch of weapons, went up to the building, the top floor of the building, whatever floor in his hotel room, and just started killing people. And the cops come along and they find, like, what did the cops find in his room? They found that he killed himself before they got there. There were a bunch of laptops there. One of them had the hard drive missing, and the others had child porn on them. So, like, so like, I'm not a conspiratorial guy, but you honestly expect me to believe that some guy just a rich, like, he wasn't like filthy rich, but he was a rich guy. Like, you know, he had money. You're saying that he just went to Vegas one day with a bunch of guns, just decided to kill a bunch of people, kill himself, rip the hard drive out of one of his laptops, and just have, you know, keep his child porn collection there as well in case he got loaded. Like, what? I'm expected to believe that? No. Like, I think that, you know, maybe this guy was some sort of, he had some sort of work for the government. Maybe he was trying to whistleblow something. He wanted to do something to get attention. You know, that hard drive was probably removed from one of the laptops. And they just said, you know, "Oh shit, what's an excuse we can invent so that we can fucking make it so that no one will question what's on the others? Oh, we just say there was child porn on there. There you go. Now no one can see it." Yeah. So that's probably what happened. I don't have any evidence of that. You know, maybe he was just a guy who's like, "I'm gonna fuck with people. Just gonna do this and then kill myself and leave no note and do all this fucking suspicious shit." So people get all conspiratorial. Maybe, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm not a conspiratorial guy. Like I said, the only two conspiracies I sort of believe in are that and like the JFK assassination just reeks to me. He probably was killed by somebody in the government, most likely. Let's fucking be real here. You know, oh yeah, some random guy just decided to kill the president and then was mysteriously shot dead, leaving the courthouse, I believe, right? Lee Harvey Oswald? Yeah, I don't buy that. But yeah, that's the only real conspiratorial stuff I buy. You know, I don't buy the 9/11 shit. The 9/11 story is perfectly believable. America was very lax with their security. They were competent. They basically weren't taking potential threats seriously. And yeah, a group of guys, a group of Muslims who hated America decided to fucking stage a terrorist attack. And yeah, it happened. Anyways, I'm over half an hour. That's it. I hope I fucking relieved your boredom. Maybe I'll do an hour rant next. I feel like I could keep going, but I'm a bit tired, so. Alright. See you all later. Fuck off and die. I'm just kidding, I love you.